Welcome to episode 3 of the LS906J on the Buttonwillow branch. So we just finished up agriculture plastics. And we'll get this hooked up and then we'll see where we got to go next. So we just finished here at Agriculture Plastics, and we already did J.G. Boswell Tomato Company right here. So now we got to go back to the siding over at this 1.5, and we got to run around to the front of our train. So I'm going to have to back in the cars that I currently have here, connect them to our train, and then come around to this side and then back in. Then we can do Frito-Lay here. Alright, so we gotta back up. Let's get over to the rear. Let's take a look at our train. So everything here is all going back to the yard. Let's see, so we're going back to our train here, and the switch is already the proper, aligned the proper way. really wish when you were in this tracking camera view that Run 8 would let you pivot the camera from here. Like in Open Rails, you can go into this mode and then use your mouse, and I could, like, it's like I'm flying, like look left, right, up, down, wherever I want to look, but I track the train like I am now. But here you can't do that. You can do this and pivot around the car that I'm on, which is that last box car. But I can't look to the left or right, like to look at the engines up in the front. I can't unless I switch to the free fly mode. I think I'll use our dynamic brakes here to just get us slowing down a little bit as we get closer. All right. Get coupled to these, and now we're going to drop off. Let's go back up here. So we're going to drop all these off, and we're going to run around this train. once we go past, I want to put this switch back. Because once I get on the other side and we couple up, we're going to push all these cars back down this way so we can do Frito-Lay. Now once we get out, I'll put it in neutral, put the brake on, and I'm gonna switch our lead unit. So now I'm gonna make this the lead unit, just by clicking that button up there, and then we can couple back onto our train. And then these tankers are for Frito-Lay, and we got covered hoppers as well. So we got tank cars, covered hoppers, all for Frito-Lay. That's what we're doing next. So let's take this back. Oh no. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought I had... I guess I didn't connect it. I thought I had connected it. Oh, shoot. Oh boy. Now we gotta reset that. Alright, so all we gotta do, we're already in neutral. We just gotta put on a... put this into... train brake into suppression. And then we just gotta wait. Take our parking handbrake off. Oh, does that say parking brake there? I think it does. Yeah, park brake. I guess it could be parking brake or handbrake. And while we're waiting for that, let's see. Let's get our gauge lights on here. I thought that I had the air hose connected, but I must not have gotten it. Let's see. Otherwise, these should be good. We'll probably do a quick brake test just to make sure everything is looking okay, and we didn't, with all the uncoupling and coupling, there could be, it's possible that there's an angle cock that's not open, and it should be. So this switch I can put back, because when we're finished down there, we're going to be coming straight through on this main track. All right, we're ready. See how it's flashing there? ECS open. So now we can release this. Now our air hose is hooked up. So now I can open this partial. I'll open this one all the way. And then once that, put it in a notch one. When that CFM comes down, then I can open this all the way. So while we're waiting here, let me step back so it's not too loud. So now we're going to be going to Frito-Lay. And I got to look because I think the tank cars go here on these two tracks, and I think the covered hoppers are maybe here. Pretty sure that's how it is. Let's go take a look. We gotta go back this way. So here's tank cars. Oh, nope, I was wrong. I was the opposite. I was thinking of a Hondo Chemical. So we're picking up these, all these, and then we got to put our hoppers. And these are empties. So maybe we'll grab those first. And then these tankers are these. These are empty too. So I think what we'll do is come back here, go past the second switch right there, go past that switch, and then we'll do the pull out the covered hoppers, switch those, and then pull out these tank cars, switch those, and then we're done with Frito-Lay. Wow, the CFM's still up at 100. Let's see if I can open this all the way without dumping it. Alright. Alright, so let's start pushing it back. Oh, you know what? I can't yet. We don't have enough. We need more. The air needs to be filled up more. Do we have any issues going? Oh, we might have an issue here in the back. Let's see. Let's jump to the back. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, yeah, because I dumped it when we pulled away. That's right. No wonder we're not filling up with air. And then I gotta check too where we coupled. Let's get our tags on. So where it goes from SJVR yard to Bakersfield Recycling. That might not even be open. Is this one closed? Oh, no, that's open. Okay. Okay, now we're filling up. Brakes are slowly releasing, so now we can start to push them back. No, we still... Oh, yeah, there we go. Now the brake cylinder is releasing. If there's not enough... Like, I mean, our main reservoir is way down, only at 67. I know if there's not enough air, I think, in the brake pipe and the equalizing reservoir, then... Because when you have an emergency, it sets the independent brake. And you can't release it fully until the air comes back up enough, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, now our brakes, you can see at the top up here, they're fully released all the way across on this bottom bar. Put this one back to straight. quite a heavy train. What are we at here? Oh, 1 horsepower per ton. Yeah, we're not stopping too fast. We're on full dynamic brakes. All right, so we're going to be cutting it up here. I think after these. Oh, that's Hondo Chemical. Hondo Chemical. Oh, here. Frito-Lay. So we're cutting it here. We got to release the dynamic brake pulley. And then that is Hondo Chemical. So these are going to stay right here. Whoops. Hit that first. Set some handbrakes. Oh, we got to back up a little bit. Too much force on the coupler. Oh, I still have a train brake on. Now we can uncouple. Back up a little so it's not too loud when the air dumps. Oh, that was still pretty loud. So now we just got to go past this first switch, and then we're going to back in and pull out these empty covered hoppers. No, our train might be too heavy later on. We might have to put some cars in one of the sidings, or when we to finish some of the other switching and then come get them later. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, let's pull them out. Look at those nice mountains way off in the background with that fog layer. Yeah, we got such a big train here with the rest of those and all these cars we're pulling out now. I might end up just putting all the pickups that we've already picked up, just throw it on one of these sidings. And then just come back and get it later. Rather than having to move it all the way through the rest of it, because we still got quite a few industries to switch. Oh, I bet you we just hit the bumper in the back there. Now we'll set all these pickups with the rest of the train. Then we can drop off the loaded covered hoppers. Must be all grains and stuff for making potato chips. kind of a nice shot there with the industry in the background. All right, I can hook this one up. See, that should be open, yeah. What? Again? Why? I don't know. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, well, no, we had these filled up because I did an F7 on those. Yeah, those were filled up. I thought maybe like these air hoses were all unhooked. So, I'm gonna have to replay the tape there and see what happened. I opened it all the way, but I thought the CFM was at like 60 when I opened it. Okay, well, might just do an F7. All right, so now we have to, let's get our tags on here. And we got to split it right here. We want those Frito-Lays, and these are staying here. So actually, let's get the handbrake set. Close that. And let's pull it forward. Yeah, that was weird because could have sworn I glanced up and it said like 60 something on the airflow. And so I opened it the rest of the way. Because we had dumped, when we had previously dropped the rest of the train back there, we dumped the air, but the brake pipe just fills up pretty quick. So I don't know. I'll have to look at the tape and see what I did wrong. Maybe the flow was higher and I thought it was said 60, but it wasn't. Sometimes too, when you're working in this hot conditions, this hot out here in the desert, the heat gets to your brain a little bit. It's you know, makes it harder to focus, harder to think. Wow, look at the moon out there. Look at how huge that is. See if I can get up on this loading dock. There we go. Let's see if I can slow this down just using the handbrake. So I think they do that in real life, right? A guy, maybe not anymore, but a guy would be on here and tighten that and then loosen it. And then tighten it and loosen it. But I guess you couldn't do 3 cars at once. All right. I'm going to move back a little bit because we probably have, sure we got some slacked a bunch, but so I just backed up a little bit. All right, so we've got Frito-Lay. Well, this is Frito-Lay, but we're going to have to cut it right. I think we'll cut it right here. Now I'm going to keep this camera position and use the zoom trick to flip this switch. So rather than having to go to the ground and walk over there, if I just do the quick zoom, there's one. You can do 2, but I'm going to see 1 should do it. Yep. Now I can back up and I never have to change my camera spot. We can get the rest of these covered hoppers set on the other track. They probably want them by these doors here. Although, I guess you wouldn't be unloading a covered hopper into a door like that. It would be like in those silos. So I don't know. But that, you know, I don't have to worry about that. That's a nice thing. I just got to drop them off and let the workers at Frito-Lay, they figure stuff like that out. Man, there's not a lot of room to fit in here. Where am I supposed to... Look at that. This is tight. All right, now we can do our tankers. That one back to straight? Yes, I did. Perfect. Now I'll just set the counter right here, and then I'll know when I'm clear of that switch. And this looks like the perfect spot to end episode 3. But we still have quite a bit of work to do, so stay tuned for episode 4 coming up soon.